Do you have a plan B? Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. When SHTF happens, do you have a plan B for this, for that? What's one of the big things we talk about in preparedness world, preparedness community? We talk about bugging in, bugging out, stuff like that. A lot of times. There's a lot of other stuff we talk about also. But bugging in, I feel, should be your plan A. Definitely. But do you have a plan B? Do you even know where you're going? Have you done research? Have you gone on site? Have you seen whether your location you're thinking of is ideal? Is it set up? Is it okay for security? Is it rural enough? Low population density? What about the soil types for growing? What about availability of building materials? Is it wooded? Can you cut down trees? Can you make structures? How far off the beaten path is it? I feel that any good bug out location should be at least 2 turns off of a dirt road, or off of a paved road, onto dirt roads. Meaning that you are quite a ways from the first paved road. There are some exceptions. Some roads are paved way back in the middle of nowhere. But have you done the recon? Do you know multiple routes too? Do you have caches set up? There's a lot to it. You got to have a plan B. I get it. Plan A is stay home. Okay, what are some other plan A's and plan B's? Plan A, homesteading. I want to grow my garden. I want to raise my animals. Well, what happens if something happens with the crops and you have crop failure? Maybe it gets flooded out. Maybe you have a severe hailstorm. Maybe you have something like that, a really extreme heat wave, and you're not able to water them enough, and it kills your plants, something like that. Do you have a plan B? What might that plan B be? Food storage definitely is a plan B. Food storage is always your backup plan. Your primary plan should be self-reliance, providing your own inputs. Your own protein by raising your own animals, your own fruits and vegetables by having an orchard with fruit, and a garden with raising your own or growing your own food. Okay, that's another plan A, plan B. What are some other plan A's, plan B's? Okay, so your packs, your loadouts, your bug out bags, your get home bags, your I'm never coming home bag, inch bag, your patrol packs, all these kind of things. Plan A is the items on your kit work and maintain you. But your plan Bs are kept in your pack. Your extra things to perform your duties. Backup to backups. Like we say, 1 is none, 2 is 1. This is all part of the problem, part of the program of preparedness. Not just having all your eggs in one basket. Where's your food storage? That's a good example. Plan A, plan B. Plan A is, okay, I have it in a storage shed, say. Okay, well, what happens if that storage shed burns down and all your food storage is gone? What if it's, I don't know, somewhere in the mice or rats or something like that get in and destroy it? Whatever happens. Maybe a tornado comes through, takes out your food storage, an earthquake, and it falls into the earth. A volcano and lava comes down and melts it. Whatever. Do you have a plan B? Meaning, do you have food storage in other locations? Do you have some in your crawl space? Do you have some in your basement? Do you have some in your attic? Do you have some in your shed? Do you have some buried in a location in your yard? Do you have some at your bug out location? Do you have some at your friend's house, etc.? Do you have some in a storage unit in town? Do you keep some in your travel trailer, your fifth wheel? Do you keep some in your vehicles? I hope so. That's a backup plan. That's a plan B. Stuff in your vehicles to get home, to survive, whatever it may be. Extra fuel for your vehicles may be a plan B. What about your whole preparedness plan? You plan to make these meals. You plan to have this many calories for this period of time. You have a mutual assistance group, hopefully, made up. Speaking of mutual assistance groups, the Unapologetic Prepper did a good video recently. A lot of people in the preparedness world don't like him because he kind of says it as it is. He's a homesteader predominantly, I would say, but he made some very good points about mutual assistance groups, about a loose-knit group of people that just are into stuff. They buy stuff, they stockpile stuff, but they don't do necessarily get-togethers and train together. They don't really build community. They won't give each other the shirt off their backs. They won't be there every single instance for every single thing if they're needed. That is a must. Mutual assistance groups need to be really tight, really involved, really active, and that really will come together and have a plan. Plan A's, Plan B's, all these kind of things for when SHTF happens. If you have a group, whose house is going to be the primary location for meeting up? Or do you all live in an area where it's like urban and that none of your locations are suitable for meetups? Well, then do you have bug out locations and caches of supplies at these different locations? You can't put all your eggs in one basket. You got to be multifaceted. He made some good points. A lot of people may not like hearing what he had to say, like I said, but I think it's very valuable. Unapologetic Prepper. Check him out. Subscribe to him. He has under 1,000 subscribers. He doesn't, he's just saying it, he's just calling it like it is. I really like people's honesty. I like channels that talk about things in an honest way. And I'm not saying everything he says is right. Not everything anybody says is right. But there's some good points in there. Homesteading is really good backup plan. Because when you're doing that and you're living that lifestyle, your food storage can be your backup plan. If you're just a standard status quo prepper, that you go to the store, you buy extra food, you buy extra medical stuff, you have some water, stuff like that, well, that's good. And that could be a plan. But food storage and stuff like that needs to be a backup plan. Because once you start opening up those food storage buckets, once you start getting into your food storage and making meals out of it and eating it, you just started the timer. You just started the stopwatch on your life. Without the ability to replenish those supplies, you have a predetermined, preset lifespan. Understanding that you can hunt, you can fish, you can forage, you can trap, snare, all this kind of stuff. Yes, and you can scavenge. But why put yourself in those situations? Those situations can be a lot more dangerous. You got to get out into nature. Which it's good to have all that stuff in place, as well as food storage, as well as a good garden, as well as raising your own animals. If you only have one way of accomplishing something, then that's not a plan. Military, I have a little bit of experience there. You always have a primary plan, backup plan, tertiary plan, stuff like that. You have your rally points, meetup places, and then you have alternate rally points, secondary rally points, all those kind of things. You have multiple routes in and out. You have a plan of escape. Like, say I'm at my house right now. What happens if something went down and I had to get out of here like right now? What's my plan? What's your plan? Do you have one? I hope you do. It's very, very important. Also, I want to mention today is an important day because it is Veterans Day. Thank you very much for all you veterans out there. I'm very, very honored by your service. I was in the military for 20 years, so I know a little bit about that. Also today is November 11th, which is 11/11. So this video will post on 11/11 at 11/11. Get those angel numbers in there, right? We want that good, the good spiritual energy around us. Trust in Him. Love Him. No, He is also part of the backup plan. Remember that. That is a very important part of my life. And I hope it's an important part of your life. Although that's all free will. He gave us free will to choose to follow Him or not. I think it's amazing. My journey of following Him is just amazing. So take a minute today and think about, pay tribute. Just think about, maybe talk to some veterans, thank them for their service, stuff like that. Nowadays, being in the military, with the whole, you got to drink this flavor soda or we're going to kick you out type thing, and all the stuff is, it's, oh man, they're in some serious, not good waters. But anyway, my grandfather was a World War II Marine, and when I'm filming this video, it's November 10th. really sad day for me. All my life, I called him on that day to wish him happy birthday. Because as a Marine, Marines are former Marines, unless they get dishonorably discharged and they're an ex-Marine. Because a Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine. I have a lot of pride in that community. Worked with a lot of them, did a lot of stuff, good guys. And yeah, I love the Marines. Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, really good people. It's really important, especially the older guys. If there's any World War II people left that you know of, please, please thank them for what they did. Vietnam, thank them. They were crapped on, all that stuff. And Korean War veterans, also very important. They were just forgotten. You know, I remember back in the original Gulf War, I remember 9/11. I was in the military for both those. I remember the Second Gulf War, all the stuff like that. Operation, all those different operations we had. It was a very patriotic time. I remember after 9/11, I couldn't go to a restaurant and buy myself dinner. I couldn't pay for dinner. I couldn't go anywhere hardly and pay for anything. Because we were like this as a nation. I don't know if you remember how that felt. We were tight. Now, the circumstances and everything behind that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff, conspiracy stuff, and maybe not conspiracy, maybe truth, but we pulled together. That was an amazing time for that purpose. Tough time, bad time for a lot of other things. Maybe some false stuff going on, maybe some shady stuff going on, yeah, but we got to remember that. We got to remember, we got to pull together. We got to work as a team. We really have to establish real mutual assistance groups. Like I said, the unapologetic prepper called it mutual assistance networks, MANs. Watch this video about it. It's really good. I think you'll understand it. But anyway, have a plan B for whatever it is. Starting a fire. You have plan A, lighter. Great. Well, what's your plan B? Waterproof matches. Okay, great. What's your plan C? 9-volt battery with that really, really fine steel wool without the cleaner in it? Good. Okay, do you know how to use canoe method? Do you know how to use bow method? Do you know how to use your ferro rod? All these things. Backups. Backup plan. Have one. You'll be much more successful in life, in preparedness, in survival, whatever it may be. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Please subscribe, hit the like button, comment below, share the videos, check out Patreon, link in the description, Amazon storefront, link in the description. Amazon, the beast. I don't like Amazon, but the fact is, most of us still shop there. So if you're going to shop there, please follow my link to my storefront, and then just go through and order whatever you want. What happens is, instead of Amazon pocketing that percentage, I get the percentage, which helps out me and my family, my ability to be here for you guys, to do this stuff, to give you guys this hopefully beneficial information for free. I love you guys, though. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, blessed day, and thank you to all you veterans out there. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.